He's still got to get a bigger combination of states to do that.
CBS's Nancy Cordes says Hillary Clinton campaigns in Florida after her New Hampshire swing yesterday with Senator Elizabeth Warren.
There is no question that Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders are going to be pushing Hillary Clinton to make more liberal appointments, to push more liberal policies, and they'll be able to say, look, I was there for you. I campaigned for you.
Overseas, Iraqi soldiers say they liberated dozens of families from a village 5 miles outside the city of Mosul a day after it was taken from ISIS militants. CBS's Holly Williams is in another town a few miles away.
Like most of the towns and villages retaken so far, Bashika is uninhabited. Its residents fled 2 years ago when ISIS first moved in. In contrast, there are around 1 million civilians in Mosul, and this region is expecting a surge of refugees when the fighting moves into the city.
A new insurance industry analysis of the headlights on pickup trucks has some dark findings. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
Out of 63 vehicles, midsize sedans, small SUVs, and now pickups with 152 different headlight options, only 2 scored the top or good rating: the Ridgeline and the Toyota Prius V with the upgraded LED headlights.
The low beam on the top performer offers more than 350 feet of sight on a straightaway. Some that did poorly illuminated less than half that. Anheuser-Busch says it finished off its first commercial delivery by self-driving truck. It carried Budweiser beer for more than 120 miles through Colorado. The company says a driver was on board the entire time. The Vatican's published guidelines for Catholics who want to be cremated. Joshua McElwee is with the National Catholic Reporter.
The body, if it's cremated, needs to be kept in one container so there wouldn't be scattering of ashes. It should be kept in a sacred place, so a crypt or a buried.
The document says the ashes should not be kept at home. A private report finds consumer confidence has taken a dip this month after 2 months of increases. Lynn Franco of the Conference Board.
The present situation is very strong by historical standards. There's just a little bit of apprehension as to where we're headed over the next couple of months.
Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 40 points. NASDAQ is down 17. This is CBS News.
Fire the stockbroker and hire yourself. I'm Larry Levin, and I've been on the trading floor for 23 years. I was one of the biggest traders in the S&P pit. I'm also the president of Trading Advantage, the leading educational firm teaching people how to become professional day traders. Now, for a limited time, I'm offering one of the trading techniques I use to make $1.9 million for free. Get started right now by calling 800-288-0092. Leave your email address on my voicemail, and I'll email you my free trading technique and my daily insider market report at no cost to you. This is the very information I use to build my fortune.
I was getting ready to retire. I still needed to make extra income, but I didn't want to work for anyone else. Because of Larry and his excellent instructors, I could trade successfully for myself, and I'll never have to work for someone else again.
Fire the stockbroker and hire the most dependable person you know, you. Again, call in the next 90 minutes and leave your email address on my voicemail. Call 800-288-0092. That's 800-288-0092.
Can a scary movie be good for you? CBS's Jim Shenevy says experts have had a look.
Are scary movies good for you?
Here's Johnny.
British researchers say watching a really scary film can boost your immune system and possibly help you lose weight. Volunteers were asked to watch the Stephen King thriller The Shining, taking blood samples before, during, and after. What they found was that the film triggered the body's fight or flight response, a release of adrenaline, which in turn jacked up the immune system. It also increased heart rate and metabolic rate. The average study participant burned nearly 200 extra calories.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
Jim Shenevy, CBS News.
South Carolina officials say Hurricane Matthew did its share of damage in the state, but there's been an intriguing side effect as well. Commercial shrimpers say the storm upset estuaries, moving larger shrimp closer to where they operate, further offshore. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Attention, all U.S. business
on AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Expect lots of sunshine and warm weather out there through your afternoon highs. Back into the upper 70s to near 80 tonight. Fair. Overnight lows upper 40s to near 50. For Wednesday, warm again, highs up around 80. Some clouds will pass through, but mainly dry weather expected through Thursday. Glass Farm Nursery, the largest pansy and violet supplier around, has flats only $14.99 and a huge selection of first quality 8-inch mums only $4.99. Class Farm Nursery, Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. And I source Sheen 12, Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ford. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Hot News Talk 1240.
AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio, with your chance to win $124 in cash and $124 in food every week with the Hot News Talk Radio 1, 2, 3 NASCAR contest.
Hot News Talk 1240.
All you have to do is guess who's going to be first, second, and third place in the upcoming NASCAR Sprint Cup race. If you guess it, you'll hear your name live Monday morning at 11:30. Then call AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio to win. Enter your guess right now at Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road, Chattanooga. Diesel Off-Road Technology Saudi Daisy. For your four-wheel drive and truck needs, stuff and upholstery with premium rubber foam. Amigos Mexican Restaurant next to Staples and Hickson. Drink specials during the race. Cell Surgeon, the Broken Screen Doc. And Shooter's Supply, 4824 Hickson Pike in Hickson.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Enter your guesses now and then listen to the race live to win $124 in cash and $124 in food from Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Hot News Talk 1240.
I love NASCAR.
Good morning and welcome to the Sabrena and Ben Real Estate Hour here on AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. Ben, we're all back.
We're all back.
I'm telling you, it's going to hit me. Well, I'm not going to say it. How's that? I tell you though, I missed you guys. I needed a break. I had a little break last night. Awesome. I'm entitled to one. You've had one or two.
I've had a few.
I actually stayed in an awesome home in Santa Rosa. Bet you know
Very
what
good.
I'm talking about. Awesome place.
Hey,
Beautiful,
Sabrena,
beautiful weather.
Speaking of, talking about having fun and enjoying it, what's this show all about?
Well, it's all about buying a home and selling a home and having fun in the process.
Okay.
Because we make it fun, do we not?
Amen. I think people have a good time.
Yeah, our clients, we bring them in, we treat them like family, we treat them just like we would our own parents or our own children. And then we make the process fun.
There's some people that live in the community of the Chattanooga area, and they live there just to live.
Yeah.
And they get up in the morning, they go to work, they come home, and they're just living their life. And that's it.
Right.
Then there's folks, and I'm, like you, in my opinion, that are living their life to make a difference for the rest of the community, for the rest of the world, and so forth. And that's what this show's about.
Trying to make it better.
Making it better for everyone.
Absolutely.
I mean, what's the biggest transaction in your life?
Buying a home.
And finances is pretty important. Right?
Absolutely.
And I just got to tell you, we've been blessed to be able to have a radio show where we can communicate to the world, what's going on in the real estate market, in the mortgage market,
in your community,
locally, and it ties into the politics going on right now.
Does.
I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that.
How many days are we down to before the election? We're getting there. 14 days. 2 more weeks, man. What are we going to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make it.
I tell you, though, this has been such an eye-opening process. If you watch the news, see what's going on, we try to be very positive. And we take everything negative and try to put a positive spin on it, or we try to do the best with what we have. And that's just how we are, because we're resilient people. But, to see the media and to see how corrupt, every day you turn the news on, you hear more personal attacks, you hear about more corruption. And I have to admit that, and I, just to make my case, I am a Fox News watcher. But just to give everyone else the benefit of the doubt, I have tuned in to other stations just to see. And there's a stark difference in fairness. You just have to admit that. It's so blatant.
Well, CNN in particular, because I watched some CNN, and it just seems so anti-Trump. And that's just what I see.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Well, it is.
It's my opinion.
It is.
Everybody has a different opinion.
It is.
But and I go back to that negative thing for a second. I disagree. I think that you are always being super positive.
I'm trying to be.
But we are living in a when we think about media, they are throw in the negative because that's the bone. That's the bone.
Exactly.
And remember, they're selling advertising dollars.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, think about it. If I could pay another $1 to reach 100 more listeners out there, I would pay that $1 because there's 1 or 2 of those 100 listeners that are going to need a mortgage.
Exactly.
And need a good real estate agent, and that's what we do. We do good work.
Right.
But the media can't really say, "Hey, let's talk about Ben and Sabrena."
Yeah.
They wouldn't talk about all that positive stuff because that's our job to do.
Exactly.
It's our job to make the world positive. Their job is to get attention.
Well, and it's all about the story.
Yeah.
You know, but one thing that I think has been highlighted tremendously during this entire election cycle has been the level of corruption that is going on in politics. It's just mind-boggling, and a lot of times I don't think that you hear about that. Maybe because this isn't the season of political correctness, some of that has been brought out into the light. And it's just like last night we were watching the news, and there's a guy that was on Sean Hannity, and he was referred to as the fixer. And what this guy did, and he did it not only for politicians, to be fair, he also did it for Hollywood actors and, you know, people with high.
What does the
high
fixer
status.
even mean?
Well, let's say for those that may have
evil.
had a well, it is evil. For those that may have had an extramarital affair, he's called in. Here, go fix this. He's got the cash on hand. Make this story go away. And that's what this guy did. He's how he made a living, and he was the go-to guy. And you know what he admitted? And I thought about this. He admitted that when he was at the White House, and you're getting to experience being there firsthand, that there's a certain, almost like a force that sucks you in. And it almost brainwashes you. It seduces you and almost brainwashes you. It's very easy to get sucked in and to become part of it. He said, it's amazing. He said, and he was just, on the periphery. He can't imagine once you get inside how easy it is to get sucked into that. And I thought, it's amazing. There is probably so much that goes on. We would just be astonished. We would probably, seriously, pass out. It's just amazing. And I'm ready for this election to be over, though.
I'm so ready.
Hey, regardless of the outcome, God's in control. That's
Amen
just
for
the truth.
Amen for that. Hot News Talk Radio, 1240 a.m. We've got you covered in Chattanooga. This is the Sabrena and Ben Real Estate Hour. So this is all about everything, because everything impacts real estate and mortgage, whether it's laws, corruption, or politics. Everything has to do with it. All comes back over into our personal lives of our shelter. And we got a big. I'm seeing a lot of stuff planned here.
Yeah,
Sabrena.
exactly. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to promote a listing.
Let's do it.
Before we get into
sell
loans. Yeah, I've got a couple listings I want to promote, but I want to promote this one in the top half of the show today. But for all of you Hickson folks, or anyone thinking about buying a home in Hickson, this is the deal. One of our newest listings. This home is located at 7307 Meacham Lane in Hickson. Very affordable home, listed at $137,900. It's not going to last long. It has almost 1,900 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's on a huge private lot. Go by, check it out. 7307 Meacham Lane. It's all brick exterior for low maintenance. Very affordable price at $137,900. This is a great neighborhood and a great home. A nice flat yard. Go check it out, because it's not going to last long. This one just went on the market. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 1,900 square feet. It's right here in the heart of Hickson, 7307 Meacham Lane, $137,900.
1,900 square feet for $137,000.
Can you believe that? And it's moving ready.
I can't.
It's moving ready.
Wow.
Very nice home. But anyway, sellers are relocating, so this is a deal that won't last long. Go by and check it out. It's a great time to sell.
No doubt about it. You're getting top dollar.
Just like it's a great time to buy anything that's below the $200,000 price point and pre-existing. There is a high demand for it. So for anybody that's thinking, well, this may not be the right time of year to sell, that's not true. Give us a call at Sabrena Realty. We'd love to come out and give you a free consultation. talk to you about selling your home.
Okay, so this house is $137,000.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us how much that would be.
Okay, so if you put 5% down, which most people can put 0% down.
Yeah.
But some of you have money down and you think it's right to put 5% down.
Exactly.
But just 5% down, which is $6,800, is a payment of $622 a month.
Is that unreal?
You can't rent
622 a
in a
month.
bad part of town
Yeah.
for that.
Now there's obviously insurance and taxes, and that's let's call it $200. So 622 plus 200. We're a payment in the 800s for 1,900 square feet.
And it's home ownership, not rent.
Right, you're not paying somebody else's fortune. You're not building the bank's fortune. so to
It's
speak.
actually investing into your own future.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. The home is an investment. And then when you sell it one day, you build up all that equity and you have something to put down on the next person. So don't make your landlord. Right, Ben?
Right.
We preach this every week. Don't make your landlord richer. We're going to open up phone lines today for anybody that might want to call in that has a
we
question.
need to give them the number, don't we?
Call us at 423-800-8949. That's 800-8949. If you have any questions about real estate or mortgages, we're here. We'd love to hear from you today. Well, speaking of selling your home, let's talk about staging. Staging's a big thing. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to get your home ready to sell.
And Tony Robbins said yesterday, I was listening to him, he said, in the first 3 to 8 seconds, you are judged, and then you lose the flavor from that relationship in the first 3 to 8 seconds. So when you think about the word staging, this is what it's about, right?
That first impression, and that first impression is everything. You can't take it back. It's like you said, once the opinion's formed, it's formed. So when someone pulls into your driveway, you want them to immediately be impressed with what they're looking at. Helping buyers fall in love with your property takes more than running the vacuum and fluffing the pillows. So let's take it room by room. Okay, the living room. Here are some ways that you can stage your home. You can do it yourself, save some money. I'm going to give you some tips, and we're going to take it room by room. Living room. When placing anything from accent pillows, table lamps, go for symmetry, which is pleasing to the eye. This is very true. You like to go in there and see something that's laid out. It seems symmetric.
Oh, I've got to go around this and then get around that. Yeah,
Don't want to do that. Light it up with a lamp. Make that fireplace button. So if you have a fireplace,
all lights should be on, correct?
Exactly.
Is that right?
All
Okay.
lights. All lights. When someone comes in, it's that positive thing we were just talking about. It feels very bright,
Light
very
is yellow,
cheery.
yellow is happiness.
Exactly. And it lures people in. If you have a fireplace, light it up, especially this time. You can get away with it. If you're using staging furniture or buying slip covers, choose light colors for an airy, inviting feel. If you ever go in a room and everything's dark, it does close it in. It makes you feel closed in. Light color just makes everything feel more open. And let me tell you, don't go out and replace your sofa. I know I had a client recently, got 3 small kids. Kids coming there, jumping around on the sofa with their drinks and this. There were some stains on them. If you can't clean them out, just buy those slips. That's a very cost-effective way to have it ready to show. Just put a slip cover up. Whatever amount of furniture you have in your living room, remove a few pieces to make the room feel safe. Exactly. And you want people to be able to come in there. Most people do not have visual ability. And so you want them to come in there and easily be able to place their furniture.
Right.
And if you got it too busy or too cluttered, it's hard to do that. They can't wrap their brain around it. And that's true for most people. I think I don't really have a big visual capability either. But use bright coordinated accessories like accent pillows and throw blankets
So that's where
for a
you get
splash of
that's where you
color.
get your color.
Absolutely. Help buyers imagine their life in your home. Set the scene by displaying a board game or tea service on the coffee table and arrange furniture in conversational groups. Let a slideshow of beautiful images play on your television with a screensaver. I've noticed that more people are doing that. You go in, they've got the TV down. They've either got it on that light mix music, where it's more, seductive.
Or they've got it on Trump. Make this home great again.
Anyway, and then kitchen's another big room, another big selling.
So are these?
That was just a living room. Well, most floor plans, as you know, you walk in and you may have a dining room, a living room, or something like that. So
kitchen's usually not.
yeah,
So it's kind of,
but it's right there, kind of usually adjacent to the living room. So kitchen, clear everything from the countertop except 1 or 2 decorative items like a vase of flowers or a bowl of fresh fruit. So take the coffee pot if you can put it out of place. You can take your mixer, things that you don't. Well, your coffee pot you do.
But we're so proud of those things.
I know. Or the mixer. Well, and like me, I mean, I've got to have coffee available at all times. Pack up all the dishes except one attractive matching set. Do the same with glassware, flatware, and cookware. Freshen up and modernize those cabinets with a fresh coat of paint or stain and new hardware. Now, this doesn't cost much. It's a very cost-effective way that has a tremendous impact on the look of your kitchen. A lot, even on the new construction, I was with some buyers Friday, and we were sitting down on the new construction, kind of picking out what they were going to have in their kitchen. And all the cabinets, most of the cabinets that the developers were doing right now are painted. And so, yeah, so it looks good with some granite. It looks very good. Seriously, evaluate your appliances. Can they look new again with a good scrubbing? If not, hide those appliances. Don't have them out. Remove those fridge magnets and give the door and handle. Boy, that's a big one.
Mine's filled with magnets. They wouldn't be going anywhere. But I think that's the overall thing. If you own a house and you're trying to stage your house, you're trying to get it to sell it.
Yeah.
First of all, you can't be doing all the thinking. You need to get a second opinion.
Exactly.
And I know that's probably where this is going, but that's what a real estate agent does.
Exactly.
Is that we all get sort of stuck into our way of life.
Exactly.
And then what happens? Well, then we're going to, we don't need to move those magnets over there. Or, no, all my stuff in the kitchen, that's right. All that extra work. Wait a second. What are we trying to do? We're trying to sell our home for maximum value. You've got to take these things seriously.
And you hear how easy I'm going on you here. I mean, these things don't cost money. These are very cost-effective ways to get your home ready, which that's how you're going to maximize your profit. You don't want to spend a lot of money on the front end getting it ready. These are very cost-effective, very doable ways to get your home ready.
What if you're like me and you have a house full of stuff? I mean, you just take that stuff. You get a little storage shed for a month or two.
Yeah. Okay. I think
in the first month's free up at a storage place, and you get the in-house up there on just right off 153 there. You can get quality space that is air conditioned and heated, so that it stays indoors.
Yes.
Climate control.
Exactly.
But if it makes you $10,000 extra on your house, and you spent $80 for 2 months, first month is free, second month we'll just say it's $80. I think $80. That's a valuable $80.
Absolutely.
Would you pay $80 to get 10,000?
Well, I tell you, it's exactly what we're going to do. So, and that's what we're going to do. And if it's something that you want to keep and you don't want to part with it,
Montana.
We'll wait and see what happens in November, and we'll let you know.
Maybe Costa Rica.
Empty all trash cans and move them out of sight. Make sure there's no odor either. How many times you've been in the kitchen, maybe something cool. You don't want those odors at all. And these smell
they're
fresh
open up
and
every
clean.
door.
They are. In your pantry. They want to see how big your pantry is. So make sure your pantry is nice and organized because it's that first impression. Now to the bedroom. Go gender neutral in the master bedroom. Ditch those dainty floral pillow shams or NASCAR coats. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, guys don't want to feel like they're in a trooper.
Yeah, but how's the wife going to get him to move them? She's just going to take them down and...
Exactly. I mean, make it new.
Just
you don't
ask for forgiveness after, okay?
That's true. You don't want to
Don't
feel...
tell them you're doing it.
It's true. But, I mean, you don't want it to feel too feminine nor too masculine. A little bit of either one's not good. Pack up all the clothes except for what you're wearing, especially those seasonal clothes. Like you said, you can bag those up in the storage facility as well. But you want your closet to look like. You want the home to show like it has ample closet storage. If they open it up and everything's falling out of the closet on them, that's not a good way to present. Swap out the motley crew of mismatched hangers in your closet.
I hope my wife's not listening to this show today.
I know. and put jewelry and those other valuables in a safe spot. I mean, this is a big thing. You want to have your valuables. If you've got medicine, that stuff cannot be out there when your home's being shown. Those things need to be locked away. They don't need to be visible or outside. And that also for safety purposes. I mean, so consider giving extra bedrooms a new identity as a home office, sewing room, or another interesting function. Remember, televisions or video games, consoles from the bedrooms to depersonalize and create a serene setting.
Hold on, serene. That's a high up in the playbook, isn't it? What is clean? What?
Clean, serene. You don't want. Let's say that you've got a hobby, especially if it's something maybe. Well, let's say you like to hunt.
Okay.
You might not want to have that big display of that 5 or 6 point buck shot recently.
14 point if it's me, right?
Especially for those PETA levels. All right, off to the bathroom. It's de-grime time. Scrub, sanitize the walls, floor, shower door, virtually every surface on sparkling clean.
We spend a lot of time in the bathroom, y'all.
That's exactly right. And that's easy.
They're judging you on this.
After you brush your teeth, wipe off any of the water that splashed up on the sink or anything. Spend some extra time scrubbing the tile, the grout, re-caulk around the tub if necessary, around the toilet. If your bathroom tile is dated, try paint instead of replacing it. See, these are cost-effective ways.
Yeah, and that is a very cost-effective way, because I was just thinking, one of the things that I have to do every few years, I've been in my house for 10 years roughly, and it's like the water over time in your, what is it called, the spout, it gets a little build-up. They're going to turn that water on.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's a mental thing. When people turn it on, they want to see that pressure coming out. They want to see the ability to get their bodies clean, right?
Exactly.
So I think it's important to clean out that thing with the CLR stuff, and it takes 30 minutes to do it.
Exactly.
You soak it in there, boom, you spent $5, make the
It's worth it. You got to do it. Remove clutter from the countertop, tub, and top of toilet. Clean surfaces until they blink. Pack up and hide all your personal products, from medicine to razors. Create a luxury spa look with a fancy soap dispenser, fluffy white towels, decorative baskets, candles, plants, a white shower curtain, and new bathroom. You hear white, that's because it makes it so clean. It brightens up the room. I mean, these are really, really easy things to do. If you have stains that are hard to remove on the faucets, shower heads, try vinegar. They say that works. Doesn't cost
Everybody
anything
has
to
it in
get
the
some
cupboard.
vinegar. Exactly. So, and then of course onto the windows and the walls and more. You want to remove all the spider webs. If you need a fresh coat of paint, do that. Make sure your windows are clean. Make sure when they come up on that front porch, that first impression, that your porch is swept, there's no spider webs, maybe have some fresh flowers, a nice wreath, something like that. Because you want them to feel, warm and inviting from the time they approach the front porch till they.
Sabrena, this is a lot of amazing tips to help make a house ready to sell. And literally, if I added all that up, I'm thinking a couple $100.
Yeah. Time.
Yeah, really just time.
It's a little bit of time and sweat equity, because the payoff is worth it. I mean, it's amazing. If you get more, and it's realtor, 71% of agents believe a well-saved home will get their clients an overall higher price, an overall higher sales price. That's 71% of agents.
I believe
that's
that
a high
100%.
number.
I believe that absolutely 100%. Sabrena, how do folks get in touch with you if they want to, see some homes today, or maybe stage that home this weekend?
I'd love to hear from them. They can call me or any of the agents at Sabrena Realty at 423-499-7780. That's 499-7780. They can check out our great listings at SabrenaRealty.com.
And does anyone want to know where rates are? Because guess what?
Let's talk about
I think you do. Let's talk about it. Oh, wait. When we come back,
that's right.
We got to pay the bills, folks. So, Hot News Talk Radio, 1240 a.m. This is the Sabrena and Ben.
How did they get in touch with you, Ben?
423-805-9100. It's a 10-minute call. There's no obligation. So why wouldn't you call? Give us a call today. People are standing by. I've got folks standing by to help you on your next home purchase. And it's an exciting time. We're going to be talking about rates right when we come back. See you soon.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hi, I'm Sabrena with Sabrena Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at SabrenaRealty.com.
We're at the Cantina at Amigos Mexican Restaurant. Yes, ma'am. 2 orders of nachos with beef and beans and 2 beers. Chattanooga loves its Amigos restaurants, but the Amigos in Hickson has something extra. NCAA, the week's big game. How about a house wine? Really good. Big name beers. Just tell Maria what you want. And here at Amigos, margaritas are popular. And it's only $3 a day. If you come here on a game day, Saturday, a Natty Light is only $2.25. Here at Amigos, just during NCAA, Natty Light, $2.25. Amigos Mexican Restaurant in Hickson. The happy hour is 3 to 9 today and every day. I'd say the atmosphere is festive. Look at that huge TV. It's like being amid the fans under a bright sun, but without all the heat. Stay cool. Quench your thirst. Amigos, between the Staples and Hobby Lobby. Take the table next to mine and enjoy the great NCAA game with friend or family here at the Cantina at Amigos Mexican Restaurant. Okay, shh, it's starting.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hot 1240, Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. A man accused in the robbery of the credit union on Gun Barrel Road has been arrested. The second suspect now arrested. Police say the vehicle used by the robbers was rented from a company where McGee had been an employee at one point. Mr. McGee is the suspect. Inside that car, they found a gun, a toboggan hat, and one of the victim's purses. Police didn't have to work very hard for a confession, though. They say he called his family from jail, not realizing the call would be recorded, and confessed to his family that he did, in fact, rob that credit union on Gun Barrel Road. A man in St. Elmo punctured by a bullet and pronounced dead by police on scene. When the police got there, he was already succumbed. They say the shooting on Florida Avenue is not gang-related, but they do believe the suspect is still somewhere on the loose. Police in Cleveland say that a body has been found inside of a creek at 11:30 on Monday. They do not know the identity of that body at this point, and they've not revealed the cause of death. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
Expect lots of sunshine and warm weather out there through your afternoon highs. Back into the upper 70s to near 80 tonight. Fair. Overnight lows upper 40s to near 50. For Wednesday, warm again, highs up around 80. Some clouds will pass through, but mainly dry weather expected through Thursday. Glass Farm Nursery, the largest pansy and violet supplier around, has flats only $14.99 and a huge selection of first quality 8-inch mums only $4.99. Glass Farm Nursery, Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. And I'm Sheen 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ford. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Sabrena and Ben Real Estate Hour. Thank you for joining us here at 1240 AM Hot News Talk Radio. Guess who is coming to town, Ben?
Donald Trump.
Oh, no, but you do know that the Trump bus came through yesterday.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I knew that I knew he wasn't on it, though, because I saw on Facebook Live he was in Tampa, Florida. I knew he couldn't be both places.
Well, he could fly Allegiant up here.
Yeah, his bus came through yesterday. Came through his headquarters. Have you been to his headquarters up there on Gun Barrel Road?
I've been at the Cleveland one.
Well, this evening, not anyone as exciting as Donald Trump, but ZZ Top.
What?
Were you a fan of ZZ Top or was that before your time?
Well, it was barely before my time. However, there were some really great songs that have just lived on.
Classics.
Exactly.
Like they're going to go forever.
Exactly.
He's got legs, right?
That's it.
There's another great one.
Give me all your lovin'.
Give me all your loving. Yeah. What else?
Sharp
dress
man.
That's a big
cheap
one.
Sunglasses.
Oh yeah, cheap sunglasses. That's definitely one I know.
Yeah, they're coming to town. They're supposed to be here in March, and I think one of them had fallen and broken their hip or done something, had to have hip surgery, so they rescheduled. So we've got something to look forward to. We're going to go on a date and get to see ZZ Top. I'll have to post.
So
some
free
pictures
shout out to ZZ Top fans. I mean, if you're listening, they're coming. You better be ready. Get the tickets and, go hang out at ZZ Top.
We got to have a little fun in between all this work. Don't we?
People need to know that we're real.
Exactly.
We're real people. We're not robots. But the rates are.
Exactly.
But, before we left out on the show and, we, on the last half, we talked about, guess where rates are heading.
Yeah, tell us about it. Tell us all about it.
This impacts everybody.
Do I want to hear this?
No.
I didn't think I did that.
Okay.
So I need to be telling everybody, hurry up.
I think you do. You've got to
need to be aware of it.
You need to be aware, right?
Yeah.
Being aware is the first step to success. So you have to understand what's going to help get you to success. So in our radio show, a lot, we talk about homes, we talk about mortgages. And the reason why we talk about that is because, we want to sell homes. We want to list homes. We want to get your mortgage loans because that's how we run our business.
Absolutely.
But the fact is if I can get folks out there critical data, I can literally help them make better decisions because someone out there is saying, well, that sounded pretty neat about staging my home, Sabrena, but I think I'll be ready in a few months to do it, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that person out there is listening about that, but then they need to hear this. So let's get started.
That's right.
So here's what you need to know. Less than a month ago, the Fed came out and said, we're increasing the target rate by a quarter in December.
Wow.
Okay.
So December, they are going up.
Well, yeah, but so the world hears that.
Yeah.
What the world doesn't know, what the general population does not understand is that when they say that,
yes, the market reacts.
The market reacts to that.
Absolutely.
And if you just think no nonsense, if I say, hey, there's going to be a water shortage in December, we're not going to have any water. Do you think the price of water is not going to go up until the shortage happens? No, the demand goes up right then.
Exactly.
Everybody stocks up on water.
Exactly.
Demand goes up, the price goes up.
Exactly. We've experienced this with ammo and everything.
Thank you. So look, here's the deal, folks. Rates are climbing right now. They started climbing immediately. If you look at a chart online, I've got my mortgage app pulled up, and I'm sitting here looking at a line that's going like 35 degrees up over the course of a month. It's just going up. It's just going up, 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 and up. In fact, today it's 6 basis points higher, which most folks don't know what that means, but it just keeps every day just a smidge. Here's my point. Don't be scared. Just be aware. That the rate impacts your mortgage payment. It impacts your buyer's mortgage payment. So if you're selling a home,
the amount of home you can buy.
Yeah, I have so many people say, "Oh, well, I'm selling my home, so I don't care about what rates are." Well, guess what? Your buyers have to get qualified for a mortgage loan in 80% of all cases. So think about it. The mortgage rate makes a difference. But here's the good news. So the rates have been at 3.5. They've been in the low to mid threes.
Unbelievable. Oh gosh.
So for them to be at 3.75 right now, and look, I'm on the radio. I'm talking. I'm not trying to gain business by saying a lower rate. 3.75. I can give that out all day right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not one of those companies that you see online, like it's called Bankrate or something like that, or whatever those companies are that are just trying to get you to put your information in. They talk all these crazy rates. I'll get a 2.99. Well, yeah. You don't even need to click on that stuff. That's all garbage. You understand that out there. You've clicked on enough stuff on the internet to get virus software and all that good stuff. I'm telling you what the rates are, what people get, and my mortgage company is beating all the competition. We beat the banks. We beat the competitors. We beat them all.
That's awesome. And your closing costs are lower too, right?
I mean, I believe so.
Yeah.
And my clients think so. Go look at my Google reviews.
Exactly.
There's 100 Google reviews that say, wow, we shopped. Hey, we chose Quicken Loans. And guess what? After 1 week, we realized those were a bunch of crooks.
Yeah, exactly.
So guess what, folks? You've got to look up information about those types of things. But all I'm saying is, just to finalize on this rate thing, because we have a lot of topics to cover today.
Yeah.
But the rates are important, and be aware that we are in a rate rising environment, which makes the payments go up a little bit. So on a 0.25%, might make someone's payment go up $40. I don't think that's a big deal. However, we've got an election going on.
That's right.
We've got, the Fed targeting to raise the rates a quarter in December. You don't know what's going to happen next. I hear that there's foreign governments making unique decisions right now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
See, we're in a global economy right now. So the rates can continue to climb.
Yep.
And the average rate in the last 35 years, folks, is 7.5. Okay. about 5 years ago, I was saying over right at 8%.
Wow.
That's come down because rates have been so low for about 5 years. So what I want to tell everybody is that recognize where we are. We're incredible, historic low rates. So everything's
take advantage
great.
of it.
Everything's awesome. Take advantage of it.
Take advantage of it. I mean, that's the key.
What are you hearing for the spring and summer? Or what are people guessing? I mean, it's a guess, but
no, you know what?
Where they think it's
for
headed.
me, I don't even think it's a guess, but I feel where you're coming from. What is exciting and confidence builder for me as a mortgage company is everyone knows I do a lot of advertising. And when you do a lot of advertising, when you do enough of it, you actually know the answers to the market. You are watching what the market is doing. I get hundreds of applications, and how many purchase applications did I get? Well, over time, when I'm doing things consistently and going into, doing some A/B testing, some marketing stuff, what you find is I'm determining where the market is, whether people want to refinance, whether people want to buy a home. I am seeing the biggest push for purchase business come March. It's going to be so incredible. I think 2017 is going to be the best year ever, as long as if this election doesn't scare the heck out of people.
That's right. Consumer confidence is key to everything.
Yeah, confidence is the key.
It is.
To our economy.
It is.
So I want y'all to know that I expect 2017 to be the biggest year in real estate transaction history. That's my.
I'm with you.
How was 2006? 2006 was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very good.
So I'm thinking we're going to get
back
to
that.
The millennials are aging. They're ready. They're pushing forward. We've got the baby boomers. They're trying to get they're trying to downsize. They're buying a second home.
Yeah.
They might be getting a condo downtown. Because
millennials have found out they're sick of making their landlord rich.
Yeah, or sick of mom and dad telling them what to do.
Exactly.
Right?
Living in the basement.
So just acknowledge, look, rates are fantastic and the programs are getting better. As rates rise, there's more private money in the market because that is what drives. It's like right now we're in a government holding pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The government is so involved because they're the ones that have these rates. They're pushing these rates down. Well, I can't invest $200,000 in this mortgage loan, my personal money, and only make 3.5%.
Exactly.
It's just not. It's too risky.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to make 5% or higher in order to make my private money worth the while. Because I should just go to stocks or bonds or that type of stuff. So we're not in an environment where there's enough private money pushing, and that's what is exciting about rates rising.
Yeah,
which is kind of hard for everyone else to understand. Or they can understand it, but they just don't get the fact, well, how does it help me, right? Because that's what we all care about. We care about how it impacts us. But really what we need to understand is that how does a great economy really run? Well, it runs with confidence, and we need private money.
Well, I believe that, just like as you did, I think that once we get through the holidays going in 2017, I think for any of those sellers that were holding back, not selling their home, I think we're going to see them listing their home, especially if they want to downsize or buy something else or upgrade, whatever the case may be. I think we're going to see that because there's still such a high demand right now, especially for pre-existing, because it's more affordable than new construction. So for anybody that's wanting to sell their current home, I mean, it's going to be a great, great time. And we've seen the average sales price go up over $20,000 locally.
Wow.
So our median sales price has gone up over $20,000.
So your house is worth $20,000 more roughly.
I mean, it's unreal.
Hey, Sabrena, I just I had a question about this. In general on home prices, if you're selling, I had a Facebook question, and they said, when is the best season to sell my home?
Well, we were just on here a couple of weeks ago talking about how my fall is still a great, great season, and it really is. Everybody has in their mind, if you're a seller, well, I want to get through the holidays. Because they've got their Christmas decorations and all that out. And then in the spring, when things start blooming and the grass is green and I can put out fresh flowers, they think that is the best time. But let me tell you something, not necessarily. Right now, it's still a good time. I think going into the fall and the winter is a great time because there's less competition. Because the majority of people have that same thought process. So if you're wanting to sell your home, listing it right now, I think is a prime opportunity.
That's such a good point.
I mean, it really is. And also, like you're saying, you've still got buyers. They're going to be hearing that the rate's going up in December. So they're going to hurry up and try to find a home between now and December. So to me, right now is probably the best time to list your home. So that's why I tell anybody, but there's a mental thought process out there that the spring, and it's more than anything, it's because that's when you can put out the fresh flowers in the grass, and they just think everybody, the sun's shining and everybody's more in the mood to be looking. But I'm telling you, I think right now is a phenomenal time to put your home on the market. Let's promote another listing, and if you don't care, Ben, this one's a little higher price range. If you will do the calculation, and let's let our listeners know how much they can be in this home. Okay, this home is in East Brainerd, 9206 Tamara Lane. It's in Hurricane Creek subdivision, very convenient location there in East Brainerd where the Publix is. But this home, please listen to this, almost 4,000 square feet, about 3,900 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath. It's 2 levels over a finished basement, which could be a great in-law suite, teenager suite. It's situated on 3.26 acres. That's very rare for subdivision in a cul-de-sac. Low county taxes.
How much are they?
$1,800 a year.
Okay.
Low county taxes, $295,000. Again, that's almost 3,900 square feet. 5-bedroom, 3-bath, situated on 3.26 acres. Low county taxes for $295,000. That's unreal.
So roughly speaking, just a general calculation, $295,000 purchase price, 20% down, 3.75 all day. It's probably going to be lower than that, but just no one wants to go over.
Yeah.
Or under, I should say. The principal and interest is $1,093 a month.
Is that unreal? Almost a $300,000 home for $1,100 a month.
Total with taxes, insurance, and everything, $1,343. Call it $1,350. Anybody will take that.
That is unreal.
That is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
And with rates as low as they are right now,
that's why I say take advantage.
Wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Take advantage of it. Why take a chance?
Got a question then. What would be the required credit scores to get a FHA and then also conventional? Because these numbers are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Who do people need to be able to
Great
do
point. First of all, when I speak rates, I just always think conventional. Conventional is the majority of my business. It's about 60%. FHA, the rate's much lower.
Yeah.
And see, I don't try to squeeze in talking about the lowest rate because most people qualify for conventional.
Exactly.
The FHA rates are around 3.25, folks. Yeah. 3.25. So I would redo that at 3.25 on 30-year, and you need about a 620 to get about a 3.25, 3.3, maybe as high as 3.5. Who cares? The payment's going to be lower than what I just said.
Yeah.
You'll have mortgage insurance for a little while. It might be $120.
Now your FHA limits though are what? 271,000.
271,050. 271,050. So if you buy a home for $295,
you would have to go conventional unless you had a down payment.
Yeah, and most people do have. Anyone that's buying a $300,000 home,
if
you don't have a down payment, then what are we really doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
You're putting yourself at risk. So hopefully you have something. But $295 from $270 is just $22,000. I think a lot of folks that have been working for 10 years have a 401k that's built up to $40,000.
Exactly.
You got $20,000 you can take out of there to put on your down payment. Now you got an FHA loan and you can get in for 620 credit score. That's the key.
That's right. Or this is that second home for the small. For the young couple started off in a smaller home and now they've had a child or maybe having their second child. This is the family home.
Yeah, they started out downtown. They started out downtown.
Exactly.
And now they want to get to the burbs and that good school system.
Bet they're going to take the equity from that home and put it down on this one.
Amen.
You
also put 3% down. If you're a first time home buyer, you can put 3% down. We've got a 1% program down. The opportunity is now.
I know. And see, you have so much to offer too. I mean, compared to just a small town bank or something like that, you have a lot more options, a lot more programs.
Incredible. I had a gentleman one time, he called in and said, "Hey, I just decided to call y'all because my bank is making me do this loan."
Yeah.
And we literally freaked out. He was a veteran and they were having him do a conventional loan. If you're a veteran out there listening right now, just if you're not in a VA loan, you need to call me right now.
Exactly.
423-805-9100. I'll be off the radio here in about 20 minutes. I'll be back at the big house. And I'm just telling you right now, VA loans are where it's at. They will save you the most money, the lowest
100%
rate.
financing.
100% financing. Do what you need to do. It is incredible. And thank you for your service, by the way.
And what's your credit score for conventional? What do they need to have?
Well, in general, I like to see 680, but you can get as conventional down to 640. So 640.
So if they're 700 or better, they're great.
Golden. I mean, remember, we got job history and things like that. If they've only been on their first job for 6 months, I hope they have a college degree. There's just little details like that. So
sure.
we just need to understand all those. But 700, good to go. You're pre-qualified. Now we just need to work out your income.
Yeah.
So,
sounds like you've got a lot of different tools available to you.
So many tools. And we can, you know what? I would like anyone out there that wants to download my incredible mortgage app. It powers your calculators, your mortgage calculators, from refinancing to purchasing. It shows you the current rates, even on a graph from a 1 month to a 1 year. So then you can type in on your mortgage calculator. Also, you can literally get pre-qualified through it. You can, let's say you're doing a mortgage with me. You can actually take a picture of that mortgage statement or that homeowner's insurance or that pay stub, and it securely uploads. You can even apply when you need to. So incredible things going on, and our mortgage app is catching fire right now.
How do they find it?
Well, I don't have a way to. I don't have it on the website at this moment.
They call Sabrena Realty, and I'll help them.
Call Sabrena, and she can just share it to them. But what I need is their cell phone number.
Okay.
I need your cell phone number out there in order to give it to you. And also, you're about to see a bunch of billboards that say, text Ben to 303030, and that'll give them the application.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, let me ask you this too: for anybody out there that's self-employed, okay, let's talk about that, because it was business. Exactly. You're self-employed. I'm self-employed. I mean, we have a lot of small business owners. As a matter of fact, in Hamilton County, over 90% of the businesses are small business owners. So, what do you have right now for self-employed? Because I know when the market crashed and everything, and we were having a hard time getting, lenders to free up money and loan and make loans happen.
Business yourself were left off.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were left out of the team.
What have you got going for those that are self-employed?
Okay, well, first let me do some jumping jacks.
Okay, good.
I'm getting excited. I'm getting pumped up.
Good.
If you're self-employed out there, I'm going to tell you what. You hear about me talk about the banks. They're not opened or they close early. They're just not available to you. In general, they're just not as quick. I've got several deals right now that are waiting on late closings from banks on other deals. You know how a deal hinges on a deal, hinges on a deal?
Yeah, I've got several.
The banks are slowing the mortgage process down.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. Banks, get out of my way.
Exactly.
And that's what the government's doing right now. They're getting the banks out of the way for everybody because they like what we're doing.
That's
okay.
Right.
That is expected. That's happening, and it's so exciting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now on the flip side, back to you, the consumer that's self-employed.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
You go to a bank and you've got someone that works there. They work W-2. They're getting a lot of more applications than me currently. So they're really over busy and they're underpaid for the work that they do.
Yeah.
And they're not trained. It shows in their work because they cannot get your loan closed.
Exactly.
No kidding.
So the bank might seem great because there's a safety in the fact that, hey, I've already got my information at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my money at the bank. Well, guess what? You don't go buy. I'm not going to go buy a car from an insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. A bank is where you keep your money. Okay. The banks are sloppy about putting money out there that's risky. And that's what the government is upset about. So go get it from a mortgage company. We get paid to close mortgage loans. Do you want your mortgage loan closed? Do you want a better deal than the bank?
Exactly.
Start right here. So self-employed.
Yeah.
We've got 1 year taxes that just came out.
Oh, wow.
At the beginning of this year. I've got every portal available from private money to Fannie, Freddie, Penny Mac, Ginnie Mac. Okay. So
are you working off that adjusted gross income number?
I add back in negative numbers.
Okay.
I can add back
1 year
in
taxes.
I can add back in depreciation. I can add back in things like an air conditioner that you put on a rental property.
Mm-hmm.
I can make your income. I know how to make your income.
You can make
better.
up the income because we know small business owners are writing off everything that they can.
Absolutely. They have to. to survive.
Depreciation, everything.
Self-employment taxes.
Exactly.
I mean, it just starts.
So you're not tied to what you reported on your taxes.
For your adjusted gross
You can
income.
put stuff back into it to show, hey, you didn't just make 48,000.
Right.
It was 97.
It's higher. So,
okay.
But what I'd really like to say just on that point is that I have a lot of self-employed borrowers, and they have come back to me. I've been doing this for 16 years.
Yeah.
They come back, or during the process, after the process, my Google reviews, they say, man, I am more educated now.
Yeah.
I never got that at the bank.
Yeah.
There are so many intricate parts, but the key is that you are satisfied as a client. And that
you get the home you want.
Yeah, at the price you deserve.
Exactly.
So that's what this show's about. That's what I'm all about as a mortgage company. And it's exciting to be in the business.
Yeah, it is.
It's exciting when you succeed. But the one thing I do know is that not every month is a win. I don't do perfect every month, but by goodness, I don't get down when I lose.
That's right.
I
get
learn
determined
from
and
my
get
loss.
back up. Me
Yes,
too.
so
yeah.
I'm going to educate you, the client, better than the banks could ever possibly educate you. I'm going to get you approved.
Well, Ben, we are ready for those sellers. We're ready for those buyers. We love to hear from people because we both love what we do.
Absolutely.
And we take care of our clients. We treat them like family. We don't just focus on the deal at hand. We're thinking long term. We want to build those relationships so they come back 5 years down the road, 10 years, whatever the case may be. For any one thing about buying a home or selling a home, call Sabrena Realty, 499-7780. That's 499-7780, and tell them how they can get in touch with you, Ben.
Folks, you know the website, homeratemortgage.com, and you also know the phone number, 423-805-9100. Give us a call today. You're going to be glad you did. It's been a great year. We just hit $100 million in Chattanooga for the year closed. And I'll tell you, if you want to be a part of this gold rush of buying homes, selling homes, act today. 423-805-9100. This is Hot News Talk Radio, 1240 a.m., the Sabrena and Ben Real Estate Hour. Good day.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Listen up, y'all. Ben Phillips, Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. I'm in the business of saving people money. And if you want to save money, pick that cell phone up right now, 805-9100. I received a call that I won't forget. The guy is a Chattanooga police officer who served our great country in the Air Force. A true American hero. Our hero was renting, which cost too much for a space too small. We helped him achieve the American dream. And the best part is this. He purchased a $180,000 home with zero down. His payment is $200 less than what his rent was. And now he has a safe place with more space to raise his family. It's easy, and you can do it too. It just takes 10 minutes and one phone call. 805-9100.
Turn a house into a home.
Must Christians rebuild on culture's ruins? Are social issues spiritual issues? Are politics in the Great Commission? How come the moral majority failed? Is voting a religious act? Racism in the South? Get answers now. Reconstructionist Radio, every Lord's Day, 7 a.m.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
WSDT Sunny Daisy, Chattanooga.
Yesterday on The Herd. Pass interference reviewable. I don't love that. If you look at all these borderline pass interferences, you can almost always find interference. And I think it hurts the defensive player. I've always liked replay, but we're human beings here. A new day in The Herd
starts now. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
You guys can laugh at me all you want. This is The Herd.
The Herd.
With Colin Cowherd. I'm setting the tone.
Best show on radio. This is The Herd.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, The Herd with Colin Cowherd starts now.
This is The Herd, wherever you may be and however you may be listening, live in Los Angeles on iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1 for the next 3 hours. We have a very lively show today. Christine Leahy joining me as always on a Tuesday. We have the NBA season starts tonight. The state of Ohio just keeps winning over and over and over. We have our three-word NBA game. Chris Broussard later in our show. You have the NFL last night. John Elway proving he's smarter than everybody in the world. And I want to start with this. Because of my background, I don't know, are you a truster, Christine? Do you trust people? Okay.
No.
Okay, so you're the same way.
You don't trust people either?
I don't trust people.
No.
And because of my childhood, I don't trust people, and it takes me a long time to trust people. And I tell my daughter this all the time. You know, she moved cross country with us, goes to a new school. She's like, I'm struggling to develop friends. I said, start with your family, stay mostly with your family, and work your way out. You can always trust your family. You should be able to always trust your family. But trust has always been a very hard thing. It's probably corrosive over time, right? That I struggle with. But you do get to a point in sports, I do, where there's certain people I just give the benefit of the doubt. I've said this in Hollywood for years. I'll always go to Greg Kinnear movies, Steve Buscemi movies. Like I just figure, like they're always making good choices. They don't have to be the star, but Steve Buscemi's never in anything that's bad. Michael Keaton, Greg Kinnear, they don't have to be stars. They make good choices. I trust their choices. John Elway's amazing. So John Elway, I'm watching Brock Osweiler last night, and he stinks. And it's obvious against good defenses, he can't make plays happen. He can beat an average team. He can score against Indianapolis. He can't do anything against New England. He can't do anything against the Denver. Brock Osweiler's got bad feet, an average arm. He's too tall. He's stiff athletically. He's a stiff. But here's what's funny. I've been reading a quote from Aqib Talib. And he had a quote yesterday, cornerback for Elway's Broncos, and he said, if you look at it overall, Elway saved a bunch of money, and Trevor Simeon's a great quarterback, man. He's better than Brock in my eyes. Now, think about the courage it took for John Elway, because I've gotten to a point with John Elway, I now trust him. He's become one of those handful of people in professional or college sports, I just trust his judgment. Tim Tebow was the most talked about quarterback in America. In America, he won a playoff game. He beat the legendary Pittsburgh Steelers in Big Ben. And John Elway passed on him. John Elway passed on him. Let him go. The world thought he was nuts. And then he brings in Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning off his fourth surgery. And Elway's like, all right, we're going to bring in Peyton Manning. We're going to lobby for him, recruit him, and he wins the recruiting battle. And then at the end, after winning a Super Bowl and getting to a couple, he has